talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
Hey, bitch. What's going on, y'all? JamiThatsMe here. I will be coming on camera in just a second. I am trying to give my camera some time to like cool off because Miss Mel will cut off on me. I hope everybody is doing great. It has been a minute since we have going live. I feel to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. Well, no, I had went live for members only and Patreon or whatever. So yeah, just the second one. And I'm trying to see, I had a video up, y'all, where we talked about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, and I messed up timing on that video. I think it may still be premiering right now, okay? Because I was supposed to premiere it at 11:30, and I think I ended up putting the wrong time in there for 12. So it's probably premiering right now. But I will be coming on camera in just a second. So make sure y'all are liking up the video, honey. Make sure y'all are in the building. Let me know how you all are feeling about this season of Real Housewives of Potomac. We only on episode 2 though. We only on episode 2. Real quick, like. Okay. I got another video also for you guys that's gonna be dropping sometime this afternoon where we're gonna get into Sweet Tea and her thoughts on Dr. Wendy Osefo. We gotta talk about Kim Zolciak. That's gonna drop later on. And child, what's so messy about Kim Zolciak is the fact that she's being subpoenaed for $100 million divorce. And she been receiving some gifts from somebody, so that's like really messy. We got to talk about Tammy Roman, so we're gonna get into that in another video that's gonna drop this afternoon. So make sure your notification bells are on. Tammy Roman and the situation with her daughter Jazz and the girlfriend. We got to get into Mario and his nasty attitude. So be looking for that video that's going to drop later on this afternoon. All right, so I don't know, sometime this afternoon. But we gonna get into that. All right. So shout out to the 40-some people we got, the 50-some people we got in the chat. If we could get the likes to match, that will be great. What's up? That's what's up. What's going on? I know we are only 2 episodes in, but they're making too much about Stacey and her divorce and TMZ. I'm glad you said that. I definitely agree, and I meant to pull that divorce thing up for us to get into as well with Stacey. So I'm glad that you talked about that. So yeah, the ladies are already having a piece of egg on their faces already when it comes to that. And I'm here for it just a bit. So give me 1 second and I promise y'all I will be coming on camera for us to address these things. Okay. For the people that tune into Love is Blind, I got y'all. Okay, I got y'all. We will be doing the reviews on that. And when I tell you the latest 2 episodes is messy as hell, but I'm kind of happy that things have turned out the way that they have so far on Love is Blind. Because when I tell you I don't want nobody to get married, I mean, I don't want no fucking body. I don't want no goddamn body getting married. All right, y'all. All right. It's giving Bully and Stacey for a storyline. Now that Karen is gone. Oh my. Oh my. All right, y'all. So let me get my stuff up here on this. Whoo, honey. What's up, y'all? Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. All right. We got some things to get into. So let me go ahead and get my notes up, honey. So that we can talk about it. What's up, y'all? What's up? She claims she was never what? She was never properly served, to my understanding. She has her lawyers on it now and has a court date for it in November. A court date for what in November? For her divorce? Child, let's get into these things here. Let's get into it, all right? Oh, you know what? I did all this running my mouth. And I didn't even do what I was supposed to. Girl, ain't that something? Give me 1 second here. My mouth. Hold on. And I didn't even do what I was supposed to. There we go. I got to make sure that I share the video so other people know that we is online and we is talking about it. And you guys liking up the video also helps that as well, okay? Even if you dislike the video, all right? So make sure you choosing whatever you choose, but make sure you do that for your girl, okay? Because we appreciate likes and dislikes. Because even if you dislike, we know you still gonna stay tuned in because you're a fan, and I appreciate you for that. All right, so let's get into it. So first of all, this episode is meant to be shady. All right, so we pick up at Ashley's second bloom, and with this second bloom, I feel like it was a little tacky for Ashley to come up there and try and confront Stacey over her personal business. And I just think it's really crazy and my personal for Ashley to pick and choose when she wants to have a moral compass. You know what I'm saying? You've supported deceivers in the past, but now you draw the line at Stacey. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. So Stacey was with TJ in January, according to Ashley. And some part of me kind of is like, I can understand your confusion a slight bit, but I just feel like you're doing too damn much too, right? So Stacey was with TJ back in January, right? And that was 3 months later. She's now back with her ex-husband. This is what Ashley is saying. 3 months later, you with your ex-husband? Okay. Now, last week's episode, she told us that her and her husband rekindled in December. So it is kind of like if y'all rekindled in December, then on vacation, why would you then go and be with TJ, right? But also, though, it's like, well, she don't know what's going to happen with the husband. I can understand a bit of a overlapping in the situation. So if she's trying to figure out what's up with her husband and she's still talking to TJ, I feel like that is perfectly okay. Ashley, your man was with you and other bitches in a hotel. So I just don't understand. And I'm probably going to say this again. I don't think it's for this video. It may be another one. But I can't stand hoes who have all this energy for women, but never be ready to bring that energy with the nigga that they with when she was with him. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I will say times that Ashley tried, Michael wasn't even paying her ass no attention. So she got to bring it to somebody that she feels like she going to have the attention with. So anywho, she feels like the math ain't mathing, right? So that's why she's bringing it up. And I just didn't understand why Ashley was obsessing over this divorce so much. Cause I'm like, well, Ashley, are you upset that you're not back with Michael yourself or something? Like, we asked you for about 3 years about your marriage, and then you finally filed. And then you finally got a divorce. So why are you so hard on about Stacey? And even if she did get the divorce and she's working on being back with her husband, I'm confused as to why this is a problem for you when Gizelle divorced Jamal and decided to be back with this man on the show. It happens. So I'm tired of her. You know what it gives? Ashley, Jazelle, and Kiana, in my personal, all sat down and they all made a decision that the person they're going to come for this season is going to be Stacey. And when I see this, I think about when Candiace talked about them being at a restaurant after Andy's baby shower, all sitting around trying to concoct whatever against Monique. Candiace was the only one that wasn't with it and went and told the information to Sharice. But aside from that, that's back then. We back here now. But to just know how they'll link up and, try and scheme and plot, that's exactly what I think that they did in an effort to try to initiate Stacey into their group. So anywho, Ashley says, it's the principle. The principle is very important to me. And, we could be a lot of things, but we can't be liars. Ashley, a lot of these ladies on this show have lied. And you have supported. Your own husband lied with video evidence. And you supported. So can we be anything but liars? Can we? With your record, bro? Can we? So Kiana talks with Wendy, and Kay feels like Wendy is socially awkward or something, okay? Because we flashing back at this point after she and old girl had the conversation, they going back and forth. Because the friend of Stacey's was like, so I guess in order for this to be resolved, she got to show y'all proof that she was divorced or something. We wrapped them up. Kiana's still trying to talk to Wendy. She feels like Wendy is either socially awkward or something's up with Wendy, okay? Wendy says, that's okay that you want me to, she said, so basically what you're saying is you want me to wave at you when I'm on stage and I'm trying to be professional. You want me to wave at you while I'm on stage, right? You don't want to wait till I'm off stage. You want me to wave at you now. You want me to acknowledge you now. You have an issue with being important. And that's not my fault. That's more of an issue for your mama. Okay. And I think it also shows up in your relationship with Greg. See, that's something that you need to go get therapy on. Okay. That's not something that I can fix because you are yearning for more importance in a person's life than what they're willing to give you. That is something rooted deep that I need you to fix. But I hear you because you want me to wave at you when I'm on stage, right? Okay. All right. And then you wanted me to let you know whether or not I was going to be attending the NAACP awards, right? Because my child was sick or children were sick. And now that I win, you wanted me to give you a heads up and let you know that I was coming. See, here's the issue. It seems to me that you want me to do a whole lot of explaining and letting you know things versus you letting me know, hey, Wendy, I would really love to have a closer relationship with you. I would really love it if, we can bond a bit more. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Because sometimes bonding ain't really happening via text message. Have you called Wendy, got her on the phone? Wendy, you ain't the same on the phone as you are in text or this, that. You ain't the same on camera when you off camera. Baby, tell me what you want from me. Like, can you tell me what you want? Tell me what you want, because that's all that I'm hearing. Okay? Then she says she feels like she's being gaslit. So what you think Wendy is when you coming at her sideways and she genuinely has not done nothing to you? You are projecting. I'm confused. So Ashley brings up Stacy or whatever it was. No, I think Wendy ended up cutting in and she was like, I ain't stunned this hoe. Angel, nice to meet you. Tia, it's a pleasure. Okay. I want these new girls to get a good experience. Like, I'm not gonna deal with this hoe and this 4 storyline thing she trying to bring. Like, girl, I'm cool on you, boo. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Gizelle put that bug, or I want to say Gizelle put that bug in Kiana ear, but I'll say this. As the ladies were sitting down, getting ready to come against Stacy, those ladies likely sat down and decided to concoct something where Kay comes for Wendy and didn't want it to be either of them because Gizelle already know what it felt like, and the people brought the colorism conversation into play, right? So Gizelle wouldn't do it and Ashley wouldn't do it because of complexion. So let Kay do it. Kiana will do it. She's more of a darker tone girl. Let's let her call out whatever issues with Wendy so that we could just sit back and watch. Like, y'all not finna tell me that they hands ain't in this in some way, shape, or form. Okay. So Kay said, no, Ashley talks about Stacy, all right? And she said, well, girl, Stacy be lying, right? And then she keeps up this charade or whatever the case is. Well, at least that's what Kiana told me, right? And that's what you had said. And Kiana was like, yeah, girl, I did have said that because I was talking to Stacy when we was out there in Lake Norman. And I had asked her, like, girl, is you ever going to put the charade down, like put the character down, let the people see like the real you or whatever the case is? Like, what's up? And she told me absolutely not. That's what she had. Yeah, she said that to me. And I was like, well, I mean, she could have been sarcastic. But we know that you don't know how to process things, right? Or either when you process it, it's just completely off base from what a person is, putting out there, right? So she could have been joking. And unless they showed me like some footage or a flashback, then I may believe it. But at this point, Kiana, based on how you process and you receive situations, I don't even know if I believe you. All right. So then Stacy tells her, she says, girl, every time I interact with you, BIT, it's always giving negative. Okay. It's just a negativity. Like, girl, you want to fight. You really, no, boo. You want to fight. And Kiana said, oh, baby, I don't want to fight. But if I want to fight, I could do it, boo. I could do it. I could fight. And I said, see, this is what I'm talking about right here. Misinterpreting what the fuck this lady's saying. Misinterpreting what this woman is saying. When she says, you want to fight, you want to argue, I ain't finna argue with you. She's talking about with words. Verbal pushback is what she's talking about. She's not talking about a physical fight, Kay. But you see how she brought that? Don't go there. Don't go there because you already know if I want to fight, I'm going to fight. You already know I could do that. Stacy said, I know. I've seen it. You're right about that, girl. And you think that I can fight? Do you think that I can fight? I'm not trying to physically fight with you. You think that I can do that? I've seen you, girl. Huh? There's no denying that. Anywho. And that's when I did make a note as to what I referenced earlier But it's more so, I made this note about Kay, and I said, I cannot stand when a woman has all of this energy for another woman, but you never had that same energy for that zigger that you rocking with. That's what be killing me softly. And you be willing to bend. You be willing to bend the rules for some zig and a piece of a ring. You be willing to bend the rules for a man that may have disrespected you. You have certain standards that you decided to do away with to fulfill. Oh, I belong to somebody. Then with a woman, when you could just let it go. You could just be like, ain't even that deep, girl. Like, we cool. But of course, for the purposes of this show, we do need the entertainment. But I don't be liking that. Like, what? Get that energy to that zigger that you rocking with, Bookie Doo. So that's when I said, at this point, I believe all three of those stooges came together to come for Stacey this season. Period. Now, Angel is over there trying to stand up for Kay at this time. Like, no, she's not. She's not negative at all. No, I won't let you say that about her. She's not negative at all. You know, my experiences have been positive. I've known her for 20 years. Angel, shut your ass up. You know why? Because we don't give a fuck about your experience with Kay. We do not care about your experience with Kay because you know why? It's your experience. And your experience is not the top of discussion right now. The top of discussion is Stacey's experience. So you can experience the positive Kay 99%. Stacey's telling you that that was not her experience with her. And for some of the experiences that Stacey has had with Kiana, your ass was not around. So yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Let me tell y'all gonna have to learn coming into this housewives world. I feel like it's so, and maybe I'm gonna say this. I think Angel learned very quickly. Okay. And I think that I am still gonna like Angel at the end of the day. I think she feels like because she came into the show with her friends, she has to automatically have her friends back. And I don't disagree with that. But just make sure you don't stay existing in that space. And I feel like Angel is being true to herself because at some point when she doesn't agree with her, we'll see that. Okay. But in this particular moment, I wasn't interested in hearing you talk about your experience. Now, it's one thing if you like, well, don't say that about her now. I get it. You feel me? But like, don't do that, girl. So anywho, we learned that Tia and Wendy are Nigerian. Stacey said she just found out she's Nigerian. And Wendy said, Stacey, baby, if you're going to be anything, be for real. And I said, you know what? She might be a piece of Nigerian. We all might be a little piece of Nigerian. Who knows? I mean, girl, if I got a piece of Nigerian in me, I'm going to say it. I'm going to let you know. Period. I am. And you ain't finna deny me of that. As soon as I find out who I belong to, what my tribe, whatever, you ain't finna deny me. Right. But I thought that was a chuckle because honestly with Stacey, you don't know, like, is you really? Like, are you for real Nigerian? But anywho, so I felt like in this moment when Wendy said that, I said, y'all listen. Don't chew on my neck bone too hard. Okay. But listen, I understand that the charges are there. I understand she has a mugshot. I get it. No, I do. I get it. I understand the allegations, really. I mean, I say allegations because she still has to be proven guilty. And right now she's innocent until proven guilty. But I'm still rocking with Wendy. Girl, don't be trying to come for me. I'm still rocking with Dr. Osefo. Period. Now, my girl may have done something a little wrong, but it ain't worse than a lot of folks on the shows. Okay? But I'm still rocking with her. So Stacey comes over to Wendy's house, right? And they're chatting. And Stacey tells Wendy about the disrespectful link up. I call it a disrespectful link up that she had with Miss Ashley Darby, okay? So Wendy is like, okay, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, is it true? Like, do you owe the man some money? Like, what's going on? Like, was it a document? Like, I'm trying to find out what's happening because right now Gizelle and Ashley got me, they got me kind of convinced. Okay. And the stuff that I heard last year that I told you at the reunion does have me convinced. So girl, I'm just trying to find out, is it true? Is it not true? What's tea? What's not? What's up? Right. And Stacey says, and see, Stacey, this is when you say this, baby, this is where I feel like you do owe this man some money. And this man probably did file a suit. When you said, hey, I can defend myself against that. Like, how am I supposed to do that? I can defend myself against those receipts. You can't defend yourself because you know for sure that you can't, because it's truth to it. So Stacey gets ready to change the subject. Wendy asks her if she's engaged. She says, me and my ex-husband are back together. Wendy is stressed out at this point. You done stressed my girl out. Wendy said, well, damn, that seems convenient. Because, you know, the girl's over here calling your card about certain things, right? And then now you want to sit up here and act like y'all back together or whatever. Like, they calling your card about this divorce, saying this never happened. Now you want to tell us, oh, bookie boo, listen, we done got back together. She's like, oh, that's mighty convenient. And Stacey says, well, we are just trying to work things out. That's it. Right? She also says, you know, and because there's so much happening and so much being said about me, I just really want to clear up something. The whole happy Eddie, happy Stacey situation, like, I'm not stealing from you. I had my own plans to go into this same field. And Wendy said, so when was that? She says, you know, it was a few months after, you know, whenever they talked about it on the reunion. And Wendy is like, so that means Gizelle is right. She was like, no, it's not really right. But what I'm saying is, like, we had conversations about it prior and it didn't really launch for real until March. And Wendy is just like, but girl, again, you still did not have a product, okay, before you came on this show. So yes, what Gizelle is saying does sound like you were trying to go in the direction of what it is that me and my husband are doing. But I think Wendy still wished her well, and I'm with that. Sometimes I do hate that people think that it's supposed to be one person that could do something. You know how sometimes you'll have an idea in your head, and if you don't act on it, because the idea is given to you for a reason, for you to make a move with it, right? When you don't act on it and somebody else moves with it, and you're like, dang, I ain't even gonna do it no more. I mean, you can, but then you will risk the fact that people are gonna say, oh, you copying. You just being a copycat off that person. And it's like, girl, I had this thought 3 years ago. And it kept coming to me over the past 3 years, and I never did anything with it. Well, if it's a thought that keep coming to you, then maybe, just maybe, it's something that you're supposed to be getting up off your ass and doing. Okay? So that really could be Stacey's situation. And here's another thing, another layer to that in my personal. I feel like sometimes you can have these ideas and not necessarily know exactly how you're going to bring it to the front. And when you see somebody else do it, then it may trigger something like, dang, I've been thought about doing it. Why I never thought about doing it that way. It may inspire you, right? I mean, it is what it is. I hate when people have these thoughts like things are solely for them, when we have multiple stores that sell the same thing, multiple hospitals that do the same thing, like multiple everything. It like, huh? So because somebody decided to go to school to be a, let me see, cosmetologist, right? A cosmetic surgeon, somebody else in their circle shouldn't decide to go do that too, when they probably already were thinking about doing it, but was probably too afraid to do it, didn't have enough faith or believed in themselves. Like, go away from me with this. Now, I can see if she was copying stuff to a T, then, you know, maybe that's the issue, you know, but it is what it is. So they have their talk. Next, we see Jazelle and Tia talk. Y'all, I think I'm going to really like Tia. I'm liking it so far. And, you know, I don't even want to say that I'm liking them, because I feel like we get midway through the season and somebody may tick me off. But so far, these ladies don't seem so bad who they've added to the show. We learned some things about Tia. Tia has been married for 17 years. I love that for her. Tia is born from a very, you know, high profile family, from my understanding. I think she said either her grandparent or her dad or somebody was like a prince or something. So Miss Ma'am got royalty, okay, inside her DNA for sure. And is it bad? Is it bad that your girl was over here like? So I wonder how Cameron Huger would deal with Tia being on the show. She may already know Tia, but I'm like, Tia for me is giving the real grand dame. Until we learn more about Tia, you know what I'm saying? But it's giving the real grand dame. And if ever Gizelle wants to get on Karen's nerve, at some point, she's going to start putting the grand dame sash on Miss Tia. Because Tia is giving that girl. And now she's entering the space where she is, I think, the person that has had the longest marriage. I think. Because I think Wendy and her husband may have been married for, 10 years? I'm not sure about Angel and her husband, but I feel like it could be somewhere up in that range, maybe 7 to 10 or whatever it is. Shout out to the ladies, okay? But I think Miss Tia has the longest standing marriage, and she got the royalty to go with it. How you doing, Karen? How you doing? Okay. I wonder. I would hope that if they came on the show, they would actually get along a lot, right? But we'll see. Okay. I just love the fact that Karen not the only one with a very long standing marriage. Okay, and a piece of uppity. All right, because Miss Tia said, "Listen, I don't do all them fucking errands. I ain't come from that type of life. Okay, I came from a life where, boy, I'm driven around. Okay, I have a chauffeur. I don't run them errands like that. He could do that shit. You think I'm finna? No, I had the children. Okay, I gave birth to. I carried them. I birthed them kids. If you think I'm finna go and stand around with that at the mall or something, that's not. I'm not doing that. I'm not. You gonna put in some work here? Okay, you gonna do it because I'm not going there. All right, because when the girls was like, I'm finna go to the mall, and they was like, Jazelle said, who you going with? I said, if that ain't like another black person's, another black parent, when this ain't your child, you be trying to police other kids. Who you going with? Where you going? And don't be in the store seeing a stranger child cut up. You'll get a stranger child eyes too, because I know I have. And baby, that child will be like, I'm like, yeah. Because I ain't your mama. You better be glad. Cause I better told your little ass up. I don't know why you in here acting like that with her anyway. And I will stare their ass how I get off the aisle, child. Just a little piece. And they shit it. And you better shut up. Lady in here trying to get you a piece of cracker and stuff. And you. But anywho, that's just like but where you going? Who you going with? Oh, I'm going with the dad. The daddy right there like here. Oh, okay. Because I don't do that shit. I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm driven around. I don't drive people around, baby. I kind of like that little piece. I like that little uppity dish just a little bit. That little bougie. I like it until I no longer like it. If it becomes her personality, it might get a little irritating. You know, like some people were irritated about Dr. Wendy talking about her 4 degrees. It might get irritating. But let me tell you something. Miss Mama got that mouth. She got that money to go with that mouth. Not only from the royalty, but the fact that this lady said that she was a real estate advisor. I love that. I was over here like, tell me more. Okay, now I'm finna go follow Miss Tia because I want to know what else she does in real estate, right? What else you do? Is it just real estate or do you work in commercial real estate too? Like, what you do? Because honestly, for me, because I used to work in commercial real estate and I just feel like you don't see enough black women. And I'm hoping she dabbles in commercial real estate because you don't see a lot of black women in commercial real estate. I think it was like one show. No, it wasn't no show. I was doing research trying to find black women that work in commercial real estate, and I saw this one lady that's down in Florida that does very well for herself in the commercial real estate industry, and is really occupied by white men. That's why if y'all thought that y'all was going to be out these offices for many a long periodical time, when these people done bought these leases for 10 years, that's over millions of dollars, y'all was going to get y'all ass back in them offices, in them seats, in them fucking cubicles, okay? Now, some people probably gave that square footage back because they didn't want to have to keep paying for that based on the status of the company. But they was going to get y'all ass back in them offices for sure. All right. Anywho, that's a whole nother conversation. But commercial real estate is very intriguing. So I'm hoping she works in that because I'm going to be all up in her page and stuff and see what she had going on. But anywho, her husband works in sales and acquisition. And I can't remember the company. I don't know if she said nautical or something like that. But whatever it was dope. If you're over there assisting with sales and acquisitions, I said, oh, he got money. And you got money too? And what I like to me, looking at their house looks, to me, I'm going to say modest. Like they got a really modest home. They ain't trying to do nothing over the top. It don't seem like they got these huge square feet. Now, granted, just because people got money don't mean they don't have legal trouble. And I'm hoping that's not their case. But they may be like, we don't need all of that square. We just need something that's big enough to fit what we want as a family. And most of that money we going to put up and we going to secure for our kids' future. So I'm here for that. Sales and acquisitions. I'm like, okay. So what company is going to sell and acquire another company at this point? Let's talk about it. I like this. Now see, y'all better not disappoint me because y'all done stepped in just a little piece here. I'm still rocking with Dr. Osefo and her husband, just a little piece, okay? The little piece is on Eddie's side, but I'm rocking with Dr. Wendy, okay? However, y'all have stepped up a little higher than them as far as what y'all bringing to the table. Don't fuck this up, Okay, let's keep going. Now, Ashley brings her sister into town, and I was going to say something negative about her sister, but I'm not because it ain't her fault. Okay, but we will get on that mama just a little piece if I need to. So, her sister is the child of that raggedy ass man that be over there zapping the shit out of their mama. As far as her energy, I don't know if he put his hands on her, so I don't want that to be insinuated. But he be zapping her energy. He be zapping the life out of her, according to Miss Ashley Darby. Okay, and this is what grind my gears, and I know people gonna feel away. I think my issue with Ashley Darby is she don't be in touch with her African American side just a little bit. Okay, if Miss Mamas could pass for white, she would. That's my opinion. The way that she runs to the arms of these Caucasian men that don't really want to have shit to do with y'all, be taking y'all down through the ringer and embarrassing y'all, be killing me. Now, I'm not saying you should choose a black one. I'm not, okay? But I don't know. Maybe go get you an Indian or something. Maybe go get you a piece of a Asian or something like that. Okay? Because the way you be still over there trying to find your daddy and other men, and it took him to die for you to now want to deal with somebody that's probably more on your level. I don't know. But that's what be killing me about her. But let me not, because that's probably not the nice thing to say about her. I don't know what kind of ism they would label that if I don't like the fact that she not in touch with that side of her life. But anywho, let's keep going. So I think her sister may be going to school out there or something because she was getting ready to move out there. So she'll be closer to Ashley and stuff. Ashley's getting ready to go to an event, and so her boo Josh is back in the picture. Y'all know she was dating Josh a while ago. She went onto this show Love Hotel, found her another cock Asian daddy, and I guess that didn't work out. So now she back over there trying to get in Josh sheets. Okay, then she gonna get in the car and tell this man, when they go out, can he not put product in his hair? Ma'am, I don't know a white man that don't put product in his hair. Especially if he's trying to get it to curl up, lay a certain way. Like, what kind of white you? Oh, I know, Ashley. You used to them niggas that got them white men that got that ash white ass hair or barely got any at all. So that's why you're not used to a man that may have a little piece of product in his head to make the curls curl, even though they barely curling. Okay? I guess. So that's what she had going on. She wants him to have white sheets as well because it's a sign of maturity. And I just feel like for him, Ashley, you're not even his girlfriend for you to have to dictate so much of what you want him to do and what you want him to have. And I just feel like, young man, please don't allow yourself to get caught up in the fuckery of it all, literally, with her just smashing and passing on you. She ain't even your girl, and she over here trying to dictate how she wants your hair to be and what she wants your sheets to be like. Let's move on with Ashley and this damn storyline. So Angel and Bobby. That's her husband. They've been married for some time. They met on Facebook, child. I guess before he got to the to the NFL. And after he got in the NFL, then she want to sit up there and go talk to that man, see what he talking about and stuff like that. Child, listen, bitch, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at it, girl. I'm not mad at it. Maybe she didn't answer the messages because she needed to see what you was talking about, Bobby, and see if you really was about what you was talking about. You had to come to her a piece more correct. And I'm not mad at it. And that's what happened. Can I say their Colorado home is beautiful? Them pictures they showed, I said, oh, this is gorgeous. So it sounded like they were saying the house was on the land that they do like a lot of the tours and meditation and different stuff on. That's what it sounded like they were saying. I said, oh, y'all definitely not finna find that. Not over in Potomac. I think they would have to really move out on the outskirts. They might even have to buy enough land and just build the house up from the ground up. But I don't think that's something they want to do. I think it would be a financial risk. Possibly that you're going to have to continue to pay the house that you're at. Then you got to pay these builders to build this up, prepare the land. It may be a lot. And ain't no telling how long they will have that house, how long it would take for that house to be ready if they got it built from the ground up. So they're trying to find the best place for them. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they find. And if they don't find exactly what they want and they renovate, I'm looking forward to seeing what Ashley does with it. Cause I don't know, some part of me feel like Miss Ma'am know how to design. And I don't know, maybe she didn't design that last house, but that Colorado house, I said, oh bitch, that's beautiful. That was gorgeous. Let's get to Kiana and Gizelle. All right. Shout out to the people we got in the chat. Okay. YouTube been acting real funny, girl. They ain't been sending out the notifications or whatnot. But just make sure you guys are liking up the video, helping the video to get further into the algorithm so the people know that we are live. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, so Kiana and Gizelle. So they're chatting and she brings Gizelle over to her condo, and I do like her condo too. I said, that's cute. Good for you. Good for you, Kiana. I'm gonna give you that. She says, Gizelle asked her, like, does Greg stay here too? And she was like, yeah, he stay here. He stay here. Who paying for it, Kiana? Is Greg paying all the bills? Because Greg strikes me as a man that's not paying all the bills over there. So who paying for it? Because if you is, you could say, I mean, he come over from time to time. Because that's another thing with you, Kiana. I feel like you be saying stuff to impress other folks, too. You one of them friends. You one of them friends that always want to hear everything. You want yes people around you. That's what you strike me as. You really don't want to hear the harsh parts, right? And the reality of the situation. That's what you give me. So, of course, they end up talking about Angel because Angel is about to have like a tea and tranquility or something type of event that she wants the ladies to come to. And so Gizelle is asking her about that. And so she said, well, you know, I had an event first and I was trying to update the ladies, meaning Tia, Ashley, Angel, and I think it could have been just them three. I think maybe one more person was in there, but she tried to update them on the situation with Wendy. And in the midst of the conversation, she said that Angel started to defend Wendy. And Angel was right to defend Wendy in that situation because when she was talking about NAACP, I didn't think she was going because her kids were sick. Then all of a sudden she showed up. Tia automatically says, well, yeah, the kids definitely were feeling better than for her to go. And it's like, you don't know that. And I love that Angel said, you don't know that to be fact. Okay, now just because your ass will leave your kids at the drop of a fucking dime or whatever, don't mean everybody else would do it. Okay, because the daddy gonna be the one running the errands and doing everything. Like, you don't know that to be fact, right? And I love that Angel was like, nah, like you don't know that. So we gotta hold off on that, right? So now Kay is confused because she's like, are you my friend or are you Wendy's? Like, are you on my side or you on Wendy's side? And I'm just like, to even say that. You want yes people around you. You want it to be a situation where everything you do is right and you're not wrong in anything. So Kay says that, you know, she tells Gizelle that she did have to do a little chin checking at the event or whatever. And, you know, and Gizelle said, oh, not chin checking. She said, yeah, girl, I ain't wasting no time no more on getting people together. That's what she say. And I don't even think you really got Angel together. So Gizelle is like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know we chin check friends. So do we? Because when I hear chin check, you know, I hear physical. And I'm like, Gizelle, chin checking is not always physical. Now, somebody might chin check somebody physically, but it's more so a verbal thing. Whenever I hear chin checking, I hear verbal. Like, I had to get her together real quick. That's what I hear when I hear chin checking. So Gizelle asked about Kay and Wendy, like, are y'all good? Right? And no, I think they get to the tranquility event. And so everybody's standing around. And that's when Gizelle decided to ask Kay and Wendy if they're good. And Wendy said, I mean, yeah, we good. Like, I ain't got no issues. Like, we're good. All right. She says, I feel like Kay's issues are more one-sided. She right. Wendy says, I'm in peace and she's in pieces. She's right. She's right. She's right. Kay, you also are giving me energy where you're projecting onto other ladies the shit you may really want to say to that man too. Okay, it's just a bunch of projection going on. So Gizelle brings up Angel and Kay, and Angel says that Kay can come to, yeah, she brings it up. She says, oh, you know, I heard that there was some chit checking involved. Like, are y'all good? Right? And I think they was finna change the subject. And somebody else brought it back up. And Angel was like, oh, yeah. You know, like, I mean, if Kay got an issue or something, she always can come to me. She know that. And Gizelle was like, well, girl, she had told me that there was some chin checking or check chin or something like that was going on. And Kay was like, girl, shit, stop. Girl, I'm finna throw this drink on your ass. Cut the shit. And it's like, but that's what you said. That's what you said. Then she says, friends don't chin check each other. Okay. And Gizelle says, well, that's what she told me. Okay. I'm just letting you know what she told me, girl. So Angel says that she didn't believe that Kay said that because, you know, if she said that, like, my God, that's very aggressive. Right. And don't nobody check Angel, baby. Angel does the checking. I said, I know that's right. I know that's right. But can I say that I love Gizelle being messy in this moment? I love that whole messiness. You and Wendy good? Oh, okay. You and Angel good? Oh, okay. Yeah. Because, see, you thought that because we linked up with you outside of the show and how we already planned on who we was coming after, you didn't know that I was going to be on your head top too, huh? Yeah, you didn't know that. See, I'm another one you got to watch out for. All right? So I loved it. Now, Stacey gets there. And Gizelle talks about getting ready to get some mints ready because they feel like her breath is stank. So Ashley says so when Stacey comes in, Ashley goes ahead and let her know that sometimes her breath can be on the hot side. So Stacey was just like, well, damn, give me a mint then. You know what I'm saying? Because is it that deep? Like, why you ain't tell me before if you feel like my breath be on the hot side? It was plenty of times you could have told me that. But now you want to make it an issue now? Yeah, y'all came together to try to be mean girls towards Stacey. But Stacey, you should have fought back. Because the moment Ashley sat up there and would have said and told you, sometimes your breath be on the hot side. You should have said, and sometimes I heard your coochie be on the hot side. Did you get that checked? Do they have mints for that? Oh, okay. Okay, you might need some mints for that. Cool. Yeah. Okay, you should have fired back on her. It's about that. All right? You probably should have told her she might need a little shot for some worms she might have over there with the men. Okay? That's what you about. See, with Ashley, you gotta really be on go and ready. You gotta be on Katie Ross when you ready to chew on Ashley. You have to bring in your Katie Ross energy when you're ready to drag Ashley, okay? So Stacey says that she's been praying about she and Ashley a lot. For what? Stacey shows Ashley a notification from the divorce, and she says that she didn't think it was the time or the place, but her attorney sent it over to her, and so she wanted to show Ashley. And that kind of made me cringe. And it made me cringe because I just felt like, who is Ashley Darby for you to feel like you have to show her this evidence? If you want to believe that I am still married, girl, okay. But guess what, Stacey? That's still not going to change the fact that they're going to keep dragging out this TJ situation because it appears you might be lying about that. So anywho, Gizelle talking about something. I don't even believe that it's real. You know what I'm saying? She said, matter of fact, we could just wrap this up. We could wrap this up and, we could just be done with it. And I'm like, yeah, you only saying that because she actually brought some proof. Whether you wanted to believe it or not, proof was brought. Okay? And speaking of that proof, TMZ came to the front. And I want us to get into what TMZ had to say. So let me get that up over here. Because TMZ pretty much said, like, nah, everything this lady is saying is actual factual. So give me 1 second. And I loved it because I said, damn, not TMZ clocking y'all real fast. Right? So they said the Real Housewives of Potomac star Stacey Rush, I think that's how you say her last name, the divorce looks legit despite what some of her cast members are saying. They said Stacey got called out on a recent episode of Real Housewives of Potomac by fellow castmates who claimed she was fudging divorce documents, but court records appear to confirm Stacey is telling the truth. And I believe that Stacey's records could have been in a different county. So when Ashley was looking up this information, it's very possible that Ashley could have been looking in the wrong county, potentially. Right? It also could have been that, like I said in my previous video, that her records could have been sealed too, so that none of it would get out. Same thing that Monique did. Monique, I think we knew about Monique's divorce because she came out and she talked about it or whatever. I don't know if some details started to come out originally, but she ended up getting those records sealed so nobody else could get into it. But of course, people just believe what Monique said. So then they're saying, according to legal documents, Stacey and Tiamo divorced last year. And it says there was a final decree entered on the docket on December 16th, although it remains under seal. So that confirms what I was already thinking, that it's sealed. They said the docs show Tiamo filed for a divorce in early December of 2024, saying the couple married in Germany in September 2007 and had separated in August of 2023. He said they apparently hammered out a quick settlement as there was no hope of possibility of reconciliation between the two of them. Stacey and Tiamo are now back together. That's her storyline for the season. And she told viewers she and Tiamo decided to reconcile during a family Christmas getaway to Mexico with their 9-year-old daughter. All right. As for why Stacey's divorce was met with doubt on Real Housewives of Potomac, she joined the cast last season and her storyline was about going through a divorce and moving on with the man she said she was dating. Okay. Or whatever. Right. So now what's interesting though, because this divorce was so not needed when really all y'all needed to do was spend time with each other. That's what it sounded like to me. And I say that because if the divorce was finalized, no, I think, did she say that they got, yeah, that's what Stacey said. They got the final decree or realized the divorce was finalized while they were on vacation. And then they turned around and fell back in love with each other on the damn vacation. So it seems to me that all y'all needed was more time with each other. Dedicating actual time for y'all to stay connected. That's what it was all about. A mess. Now, Gizelle, Ashley, and Kay and Cookie, they all go out to eat or whatever. Cookie is one of Karen's close friends, so she pulls up on the ladies and she talks about Karen and doesn't seem like she want to give them too much information about what's been going on with Karen, but she tells them a little bit. Like, all the ladies in the slammer love Karen. Karen's been doing good. Karen's been working out. Some part of that, I feel like Cookie was lying. I feel like Cookie was just like, and I don't fault Cookie though, because that's her good friend. She ain't finna tell y'all nothing that's really negative for real. You know what I'm saying? She gonna sit up there, she gonna support her own girl. Now, she did talk about while she was there, she talks to Ray all the time. You know, Karen is doing well. There's an opportunity for Karen to get out early. Karen indeed got out early. Now, this is what got me, okay? Shout out to the people we got in the chat. If we could get the likes to 200, that would be great. This is what got me. When Cookie was sitting up there texting on her phone and said that she was talking to Chris Samuels, she was like, Chris texting me. And she just kept texting. That was like, Chris who? And she left it open for them to guess. And I think somebody, I don't know if she said Samuels or somebody else guessed it and said Samuels. And I'm like, Cookie, you like Chris? Because it's giving that you blushing just a little bit. It's giving that you're smiling just a little piece. And granted, maybe Chris wasn't texting her, but they all knew the point of the sit down, which was to bring up Chris in some fashion so that they could bring up the fact that Stacey trying to holler at him. But for me, Miss Mamas was kind of giving, I'm talking to Chris now. Chris is hitting me up and I'm blushing. Like, it was giving that weird energy. So when Ashley says, yeah, I heard Stacey trying to talk to Chris Samuels, right? Did y'all see how Cookie looked? Okay. She said, what? It was like, it was giving Leslie off Beyond the Gates. It was giving Leslie Dana Sherry off of Beyond the Damn Gates. As if that was her man and I can't be like, she's trying to talk to my man? Like, what? That's what it was giving. I'm like, huh? Cookie, is you cool? Then Cookie goes on to throw shade at Stacey and say, he can't have that funky odor up in his house. Now, if somebody would have said something about you, Miss Cook, you wouldn't have liked that now. And I'm trying to figure out what Stacey done did to you for you to do that. Huh? So now Gizelle, who's never liked Monique, is now all of a sudden, get Monique on the line. Get Monique on the line. Well, you trying to fucking somebody else's husband from Potomac. And it's like, who said she was trying to smash him? I thought she was just trying to date him or get his contact number and, interact with him. Like, are y'all sure Stacey was trying to holler at the man? Get Monique on the line. Yeah, real off, real confusing, real whack in my personal. And even if Stacey was trying to holler at that man, guess what? He ain't Monique's man no more. Monique didn't want his ass no more. Monique was staying in that marriage to prove a point to others. Monique wasn't fully happy. She not with him. And she damn sure can't come on this show and dictate who gets to date that man and who doesn't get to date that man, especially when that person was never your friend. So what? Who cares? Yeah, all of that. Yeah, it was given a piece of force just to bring Miss Monique back onto the show. That other show, as she liked to refer to. And Monique, baby, when you come on this show, I'm gonna make sure that I remind you that you said that other show. You said it in countless of interviews. You talked a lot of shit about Real Housewives of Potomac. Yeah, like you didn't need it. And then now here you are. While y'all talking about Dr. Wendy and Karma and that mouth and this, that, and the other. Because I was watching T's video and we'll get into that in the, another video. But when she was trying to say, basically Wendy talking fly at the mouth. And then now she's kind of eating the bullshit now. Eating crow because of the situation. And it's like, well, shit, if y'all want to call it out about her, call this shit out about Monique. Who went around on a fucking tour down talking Real Housewives of Potomac. And now she over here eating crow because her ass need that job. Do I fault her? No, I don't. I don't fault her at all. Girl, go get your coins. You got 3 children to take care of. You have a business that you are continuing to push through. Do your thing. But if you think we not going to mention it, well, yes. Well, yes. You eating crow. And you finna sit up there at that table and eat that crow with Gizelle ass too. Okay? As you get back into the fold. So, yeah. But I just like for people to have the energy across the board. And if you don't have the same energy, it could be that you just don't like Wendy or you just are a colorist. I don't know. I won't decide that. You decide it for yourself, okay? But either way. Good luck! All right? That's pretty much that. That's pretty much that. Girl, Sandra, baby, you ain't never lied. Okay? Chris Samuels is the new Teddy Weddy bear, ain't it? But here's the gag for me. Y'all want to sit up here and use this story of, oh, Stacy, she's over there trying to date Monique's man. You should have brought Candiace on the show. Why y'all ain't bringing Katie back? Because then Katie go out to lunch and sit down with that man. She was out to eat with that man shortly after that divorce was announced. Why y'all ain't got Stacy on? Why y'all ain't got Katie on the show? Why y'all ain't got? Because y'all already know that she gonna burn Ashley at this state. She sure is. Y'all know she gonna light that fire on Miss Ashley Darby, who's y'all princess of Potomac, but y'all don't want to let her go. Yeah. Go get my girl Katie Ross, who can use the coin. Because Katie was out there with her man too. Y'all know Katie came out and said that Ashley ate her box. Then Ashley gonna come out talking about something that's gross, and it's not true. Ashley, you know how you had sat up there and chose to believe what other folks were saying about Stacy? Then I'm going to sit up here and believe what the fuck Katie's saying about you. Yeah. Girl. Oh, man, it's talking about something. That false story is gross beyond words. I don't argue with mentally unstable people. Now you're trying to use her mental against her? And because she's had mental issues as a reason as to why she lying. I believe Katie. Yeah. I'ma believe Katie. But anywho, y'all, I just wanted to come and give y'all a little piece, give y'all a little review or whatnot of the show. Be sure to like up the video if you have yet to do so. Also make sure you're subscribed. Your notification bells are on because I am gonna be dropping another video in just a few hours. All right, so that's all I got. I love you guys, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cash died at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATL, got them trying to clone me like Aegis. Game time, I invade the gym.